Hey, everybody. So, I want to talk about discouragement, the feeling of wanting to give up. Have you ever felt like you want to give up? Like, why bother? You're not getting anywhere, you're spinning your wheels. I cannot tell you how many times I have tried things. I have embarked on new endeavors only to have them fail. And then I get down, and then I'm pulling myself back up by my bootstraps to begin again, to try again, to not give up, to be persistent. You know, I think sometimes we give up way too soon. Just because one little part of something didn't work, we get discouraged and we stop trying. And sometimes we're at the precipice of the success, of the breakthrough. But that breakthrough can't happen if we've already given up. I have started so many things. I have tried to make so many things work in my life, only to fail and feel like maybe spirits abandoned me or, the universe just doesn't have my back. Why does it work for them and it doesn't work for me? Well, I'm here to tell you that persistence is key. Positive attitude is key. And pursuing what you absolutely love is key. Sometimes we just do what we think others want us to do, or what people are pressuring us, oh, this is the right thing to do. This is what you need to do to be an upstanding citizen and be part of this society. And there's rules and regulations, and they try and fit everything in this neat little box. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of trying to fit in a neat little box. I have spent time working. In fact, I just quit a job working for a corporate company. And my deal was, while the job was kind of fulfilling, I really got frustrated with working for a company that didn't give a shit about people. The dollar was the bottom line. They don't want to pay employees what they're worth. And they make promises that they never intend to keep. I was so disillusioned by the last company that I worked for. I really thought they were a good company and that it was going to be a good thing for me. They had all the benefits. It was decent pay. Not really as great as it should have been for what I was doing. But in the long run, they didn't keep their promises. And it became less and less fulfilling. I had reached the pinnacle. I was a director, in this company. I was a department director. I mean, that was my goal. That was what I wanted to achieve. That was my desire. And then once I got it, once I achieved this, because that's what we're supposed to work for in this world, right? No, once I achieved it, it was like, is this what I worked so hard for? This isn't what I want. And I decided then and there that I wasn't going to do it anymore. I was going to bust my ass for somebody else that didn't appreciate the hard work that I put in. That didn't, and I mean, I was in the job I was in because I cared about people. That was my job. It was caring about people. It was making a difference in other people's lives. But when the company you're working for doesn't care, and they continue to cut your budget, but set higher expectations for you, I mean, they didn't want a director, they wanted a miracle worker. So I gave it up, and I walked away, and now I am pursuing what I love to do, which is to make a difference in the lives of other people. That's what I'm here for. I'm reading tarot. I'm offering services of mentorship, encouragement, support, along your path, whoever watches this, whoever's in need, whoever's discouraged. Oh my gosh, even now, today I was feeling discouraged because I have been working for the past month at this, trying to get things to take off and pick up. And it's a slow process. And I have to keep reminding myself of that. It's a slow process. Things don't happen overnight. I need to be persistent. If you've got a dream, you've got something you want to pursue that sets you on fire, it lights you up, okay? It brings joy to your soul. Go after it. Take little steps toward it, whatever you can at the moment, and persistently take those steps. I'm not telling you to do what I did and quit your job, just up and quit your job, but it's just the way it worked for me. Because there was an uneasiness in my spirit being where I was at, and I knew that it wasn't right. In fact, from the time that I made the move, because I had to up and move to a completely new area of the country to pursue this avenue. And from the very beginning, I encountered problems. I encountered things that just stood in the way, didn't work right. I mean, it was obvious that I was not in the right place. It was obvious. So I finally gave into that feeling and said, okay, I quit. I give up. I'm going to do what I'm being led to do. And I packed up my stuff. Fortunately, I had family that was willing to support me as I seek out my true path, where Spirit's calling me, what I'm being called to do. And I know not everybody has that, but I would encourage you to seek out those that will support you. If the people around you aren't supportive of your passions, your desires, of you following something that lights you up, then you might examine those relationships and connections. Because honestly, if we can't support one another, if that reciprocal support of each other isn't there, maybe it's not such a great relationship, okay? And I know this from experience, I have had to break communication with family members because they would attack me and pull me down. It was a very dysfunctional family atmosphere that I was raised in. And of course, I was pretty much the family scapegoat. So I got blamed for a lot of shit. Okay? I had parents that were narcissistic, very self-centered, and they would manipulate us children and even pit us against one another. My mother was good at that. Didn't want to speak the truth about how she felt in a situation. So she would blame me for the reason why she didn't want to do something for somebody else. Well, I can't do that because I have her over here. Well, but it's not the truth. See, there was lies, there was manipulation, there was I was constantly being thrown under the bus. So in all of that, I have pretty much cut off every one of my siblings, everyone in my aunts, uncle, everybody in that extended family because of the dysfunction. It's a very toxic atmosphere with controlling and alcoholism and mental abuse, sexual abuse, so much crap going on there. And I couldn't be a part of that and continue to grow on my path. And over the years, I have grown exponentially. I'm not subjecting myself to any of that anymore, and I'm not accepting it in other relationships around me either. I have had to walk away from those relationships that pull me down, drag me down. And now I've walked away from the corporate job that was pulling me down. It's scary. But I know right now at this point in time, there are a lot of us being called to something higher, more purposeful, something more beneficial to the collective, using our gifts and talents that Spirit has endowed us with for others, in service to others. And if we don't heed that calling, then we're not going to be happy. And that's where I was. I was not happy. I was not fulfilled. I was just living and breathing and just like a robot going through my life day to day. It wasn't doing it for me. And I knew I wasn't where I needed to be. So here I am now, starting over again. And I can't tell you how many times in my life I've started over. It's been a lot. But it has always been worth it, because it has always taken me to a higher place, spiritually, emotionally, even, how would you say, it materially, sort of. Not that I've accumulated a lot of wealth by doing this. I haven't, but I have accumulated more joy and more happiness. I'm honoring myself, my truth. I'm honoring and respecting myself, setting my boundaries so I can feel better about my life. Because I know not only am I honoring me and honoring myself, my boundaries, and where I'm being led, I'm also honoring Spirit. I'm also honoring the Creator that put me here, that is leading and guiding me into this new chapter. So when you know in your heart of hearts, when you know Spirit is leading you somewhere, don't give up on it because something goes wrong and you're discouraged. Take the time to acknowledge it, feel it, deal with it. Yes, absolutely. But don't stay there. Don't wallow in self-pity. Don't wallow in, well, why the hell isn't this working for me? And I'm trying and give up. Don't give up. Push through it. Be persistent. Be consistent. Continue to seek Spirit's guidance. That's all we can do. That's what I'm doing here. I never in my life thought that I would have a tarot channel, but I do. And part of my desire to do that is so that I can be encouragement. I can provide insight to others on their journey, their path. Tarot, to me, it's not predictive. It is not, fortune telling. It is insight into possibilities, into maybe issues that need to be dealt with. It is insight into the things maybe that are hidden from you, a path that might be coming towards you that you need to prepare for. Okay, it's insight into maybe something around you that's unhealthy that needs to be released. It is not predictive and fortune telling. And I know a lot of people mistakenly take it that way. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about providing you with insight along your path and your journey so that you're better equipped and you're prepared for what's coming, so that you have more tools in your belt for dealing with everyday life and the occurrences that are coming in, the situations and the opportunities coming toward you. I don't seek to tell you what's going to happen. I seek to give you insight into possibilities, energies, situations, and give you more information and tools that you might need for being prepared for that, so that you can make a better choice, a wiser decision, so that you can do the necessary inner work for spiritual growth, for obtaining a higher vibrational level and that connection with Spirit. My path is a spiritual one, and I will not hide that from anybody, especially here on this channel. I want you to know that this has been a spiritual growth for me. This has been a process of connecting to Source, Universe, Creator, God, whatever you want to call it. My life has been an experience of continually working through situations. And there's a lot of them, guys. And I will share some of that here on this channel as I move forward and continue doing this, because I have dealt with a lot of things in my life. I have dealt with chronic illness. I have dealt with narcissistic abuse. I have dealt with sexual abuse. I have dealt with a lot of things and tried many, many different ways of addressing these things. So I want to share some of that on this channel as well. This isn't strictly tarot. I have studied Reiki. I have studied acupressure, herbalism, shamanism, quite a bit actually, essential oils, crystals, and I have incorporated a lot of those things, pieces. I have pulled pieces of information from each to incorporate into my life to create a better life for myself. A higher understanding. I have spent more time in meditative practice, okay? Seeking out spirit, seeking out the guidance, the connection, listening for the whispers from spirit to lead me on my way. And I have learned that when spirit tells me to do something, or when I feel that tug on my heart, I need to obey that. Because when I don't, things go awry. They really do. I tried it, living in this world, doing the 9 to 5, being the, being like everybody else. That's all I wanted at one point. I wanted an ordinary, regular life. But along the path, I came to the realization that it wasn't enough. Spirit said no. Spirit said no. Not that I'm not an ordinary person, I am. But I am not happy just keeping to myself, doing the 9 to 5. To me, that is not fulfilling me spiritually and emotionally. My life is a spiritual life, and it is guided by spirit. And it is a life where I am constantly and continually seeking spiritual growth, seeking guidance, and seeking to be a light, to share anything I've learned in my journey with others, being an encouragement to others. So to speak, lifting my lantern to reveal the path so that you might move forward with a little more clarity. It's time for change. The world is in chaos. Things are really unbelievable right now in the world. So I am here to encourage you. Follow the tug on your heart. Listen to spirit. When you feel that you are meant for something, when you truly are being ignited to do something, and you know it's something that comes from spirit, from your higher self, don't give up on it. Continue to pursue it. Because we need that. The world needs that. These are chaotic times. And everybody needs to ignite their light and shine it in the world for everyone to see. So, if you're being called to something, a higher calling for the collective, if you're being called to be a light to the world, to do something that everybody perhaps would look at you and tell you you're crazy for, that you're out of your mind because it's unorthodox, or it's just not normal, it's just not rational even. They don't consider it an intellectual or a smart move. You can't make it that way, you can't do it that way. It doesn't work. Or maybe it does. Maybe for you it does. Listen to spirit. Listen to that tug at your heart. Spend time in meditation. Very important part of the spiritual growth of getting those I can't talk. Those messages from Spirit is to spend time being quiet in meditation, connecting, asking for that guidance. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing here. I am trying to be obedient to my heart and where it leads me, to Spirit, universe. My spirit guides are telling me that there's something different for me than corporate. And that's what this is about. It's about spiritually encouraging and uplifting others on their path, especially in these hard times. I'm here for you. I do have a website where I am offering tarot readings and mentorship. I will eventually incorporate more on that website. This is just a start. If you connect, if you need a reading, if you need support, you can visit that website, intuitivecrone.com, and book a session with me, book a meeting. And we'll work together. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you for support on the channel. And I support you and send you all my love. Thank you for being here. My love goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. I am here to support you. Be blessed in your endeavors.